Let's talk about teacher burnout. It is a huge problem, and honestly, a massive part of it is just the relentless, never-ending stream of communication. But what if there was a way to get a handle on it all without, losing your mind? Well, in this explainer, we're going to look at how AI might just be the tool to help you do that.
So if you're a teacher, I have a feeling this is going to sound very familiar. Let me just set the scene for you. The classroom finally empties out, and you get that one beautiful, quiet moment after a long day of teaching and guiding and just managing all that energy. You can finally just take a breath.
Because that's when you turn to your screen and you see it, the inbox, the notifications, the parent messages, the behavior logs you still have to fill out. A teacher's second shift is just getting started. I know so many of you know exactly what that feels like. And look, this isn't just a feeling. It's a genuine crisis in education today. The expectation for you to be a full-time communicator on top of being a full-time educator, well, it's just reached a breaking point.
This quote just nails it, doesn't it? It's that constant pressure to be available, to be perfectly professional, to be endlessly empathetic, even when you are just completely and totally drained. And this is not an exaggeration. The data shows that educators are spending between 5 and 10 hours every single week just on communication. I mean, that's an entire workday, sometimes more, that's dedicated only to emails and messages and logs. This is exactly where burnout starts to take hold. So what's the answer here? It's not about working harder, and it's not even really about managing your time better. Today, we're going to look at how a new kind of tool, artificial intelligence, can actually work as a pretty powerful assistant to help lighten that load.
And forget all the crazy sci-fi stuff you see in the movies. Think about AI in a much more practical way, like your own personal teaching secretary. It's not here to replace you. These tools are basically trained on massive amounts of text, which makes them incredibly good at understanding what you ask and then writing back in a really human-like way. It makes them perfect for handling all those tedious tasks so you can focus on the actual humans in your classroom.
So what can it actually do? Well, an AI assistant can help you draft responses that are clear and empathetic. It can take those novel-length emails from parents and summarize them into quick bullet points, help you log incidents with a consistent, professional tone. And it can do all of that in a fraction of the time.
Okay, so let's see what this actually looks like in the real world. This isn't just theory. Let's take a look at a really concrete example of how you can communicate smarter, not harder.
All right, here's a classic. It is late, you're exhausted, and you open up this long, really worried email from a parent. Your own emotional battery is on low, but you know this response needs care, it needs empathy, it needs professionalism. It's a really high-stakes moment.
So instead of staring at a blinking cursor, you just give your AI assistant a simple, clear instruction. You're not asking it to solve the problem for you. You're just asking it to create a starting point, a draft that hits all the right notes. And just like that, in seconds, you get a well-structured, respectful, and reassuring email. Now, it's not the final version, of course, but it's like 90% of the way there. All that's left is for you to add your own unique personal touch and hit send. You've saved time, and just as important, you've saved so much emotional energy.
And it's the same for other tasks, right? Like behavior logging. On the left, you see the kind of quick, stressed-out note you might jot down after a tough incident. But on the right, you see how AI can instantly turn that into a clean, professional, and consistent log entry. And that consistency, that's absolutely crucial for good documentation.
Now, I know what you might be thinking. Does this make teaching less human? And that's a totally fair question. The answer, though, is a definite no, as long as we use these tools wisely. This is all about assistance, not automation.
There are really just 3 simple, non-negotiable rules here. 1, always review and personalize what the AI gives you. 2, make sure you're adding your own specific examples, your own warmth. And 3, this one is critical, always protect student privacy. Never enter sensitive info into unapproved apps. At the end of the day, you are always the one in charge.
So what does all of this really add up to? Well, every single minute you save on these admin tasks is a minute you get back for yourself, for your family, for your own well-being. It's about building a career that's actually sustainable.
Let's just be really clear. The fear that technology is going to somehow strip the humanity out of teaching is totally understandable. But in this case, it's just misplaced.
By handling the draining, repetitive parts of the job, AI gives you back the energy to be the teacher you actually want to be. More present in the classroom, more patient with your students, and more energized for the next day.
It lets you focus on the uniquely human work of connection and inspiration.
And so, we'll just leave you with this question to think about. If you could get back those 5 to 10 hours every single week, what would that mean for you, for your teaching, and for your life outside of the classroom? Because the goal here isn't just faster emails. It's a healthier, more balanced life for the people doing one of the most important jobs in the world.